get, as we have spawning up in the top right, representing Litecoin Gaming, it is ShaDoWn in the red. Oh.
And his opponent in the lower left-hand corner in the blue, representing Berserker Esports, it's souL.
I will say I love the little emblem they have on the bottom left. That little, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you've got the 2020 Pro.
Unfortunately.
Okay. If you take a look on the stream though, it is a cool looking thing. It's just this, you know, Viking looking dude with a very like very cool looking helmet. What's
very well designed.
Right? Yeah. What's I don't know if you know much about history, but what's your like favorite like historical group? Like you know, like whether that be, I don't know, like the Berserkers.
I don't know that I don't know that I have a favorite. You know, my history knowledge is, I have a pretty general knowledge, but I'm certainly not a buff.
Fair enough. Well, there's a lot of them, but like a lot of them are kind of niche. Vikings, I would say they're up there for me. They're pretty damn cool.
They are very cool. Who doesn't love some Vikings? I mean,
probably the people that had to contend with them.
That's true.
They were not the biggest fan of the Vikings. The Vikings were very problematic for them.
Yeah, I would imagine if you had to fight the Vikings, that's probably not so fun. But fortunately, I don't think these days anybody's really having to fight Vikings. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's, you know, some Scandinavians out there on big old boats rowing to different places and starting fights. I don't know, but
just showing up and aggressively knitting at you. Of course, that's one of those like fun facts about Vikings. They're like, did you know that Vikings loved to knit? And it's like, yes, they also loved to be Vikings. That's the other thing that they did. We are seeing, by the way,
very diverse in their abilities.
Yeah. We are seeing a Twilight Council coming down, by the way, from ShaDoWn. Pretty standard opener so far from both players. Ooh, until this. We're going to be seeing Reactor Hellions.
And that's actually a proxied starport I see over at ShaDoWn's third base. So, a little bit interesting here from souL. I don't know if I love that proxy starport position, but maybe he can dive into the natural. You know what? Actually, as I say that, he can get from the natural to the main mineral lines very quickly. But it looks like the Reactor Hellions are going to be scouted. ShaDoWn might be a little bit prepared for this.
Is he going to look around for a proxy is now my question. Because souL is the kind of player who will go for just weird stuff. Hearthstone calls them souL builds, and they're just like the oh my god, I hit the spacebar instead of V. That Adept just barely missed the SCV. If he'd seen that SCV, that's a full tip-off on what's happening, but that was very, very close.
Yeah, ShaDoWn just going to hold the front for now. Let's see if the rest of his units go kind of around the fringes. He does have a pylon on the bottom part of his main, so he'll have some vision there.
You know, the thing is, he doesn't have vision on this left side. This is not where you expect this to come in.
Yeah, souL built it over there, and it's just completely unexpected. He's just now going there, but the units are so far away. The probes, they're lining up. Oh, great split at the end there. That was the saving grace. But is it going to continue to save these probes? The Hellions are diving in. They're going for it, and they are getting a lot of damage. Oh, my God. Already 11 kills. The Medevac's taking a lot of the damage as well, so these Hellions are still going. No!
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Still one more Hellion alive. It's going to get even. I think it even got one or two more. Oh, my. He almost just lost another 5 probes at the end, but that was already 6 probes? Yeah, 6 probes. That was already 19 probes going down. And usually the benchmark for this, anywhere from 8 to 12, is a successful drop. Oh,
that is huge. The medevac going down is a little unfortunate.
I don't know why he just boosted it in there.
Maybe he wanted to trick him. He was like, oh, I have more. There's something in here. You better kill it. But I don't know. It just kind of died. So I do like the Cyclone follow-up, and it looks like he's preparing to defend what is a 4-gate blink. But this is going to be a severely diminished 4-gate blink.
Yeah.
And in fact, ShaDoWn is just going to expand. He's actually not going heavy aggression with it at all. He is going to poke, it looks like. But this is a really good call, I think, for ShaDoWn. He knows that the 4 gates have been scouted.
Yep.
He knows he's taken a lot of damage. There's no way he's going to be able to win the game off of that few workers. And he says, all right, well, let's regain that economic lead. He knows that souL's going to be on the defensive for a while. I think this is the best choice ShaDoWn could do. This is really nice.
Yeah, it really is. It's and honestly, with Chrono Boost and with him aggressively building probes here, he's already caught up in workers. Now, of course, he is going to be behind economically for a while here. But you called it perfectly. Yeah, souL spotted this. He responded very strongly, building 3 bunkers, building a tank, delaying his 3rd command center, delaying his additional barracks. This went about as well as it could have for ShaDoWn. That being said, he's still in a really, really tough position. Yes. Ooh, I do love this follow-up, though. Oh, I hope it's Quick Storm.
Oh, that's a great idea. We see this every now and then. I feel like Zest likes to do this.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really great. Like, people, a lot of Protosses have been avoiding Storm because of just how good EMP is against it, but there's not going to be EMP for a while here from souL. So I love just getting into a Quick Storm. He's going to have a lot of charge lot potential. And I think the scary thing here for ShaDoWn is the next attack souL could do. If souL realizes, okay, you're just expanding. I mean, the army supply is telling a big story here. souL could just move across the map. That would be huge. But if there's Storm, if there's a bunch of charge lots that can be warped in, ShaDoWn can hold that push. And I mean, I think this is really, really great reading and predicting of what his opponent's going to do from ShaDoWn, despite taking 19 probes of damage to the Hellion drop.
We also just saw a medevac go down, and it had nothing inside. What? Like, souL is just not a fan of his medevacs right now. Yeah. And that's actually a problem because
healing, actually.
Ooh. Oh, these stalk
warping in the main. Those stalkers baiting souL. And then the Zealots warping in the main. It's just going to kill a couple of workers. And it looks like the Prism should be able to get out of here, but nice little
it buys time.
Yeah.
Buys time for that Storm, and now we have Storm available. We've got 2 High Templar with that Storm energy. 2 more getting warped in. We'll have it pretty shortly. And this has been just exactly what ShaDoWn needed from a theory perspective to get back in this game. And now he's creating a situation where he can definitely still make something happen. I hate the idea of him attacking right now.
Yeah, I'm
so
not
much.
A huge fan of that. Putting a little pressure on maybe, but those are very nice force fields to start things off. I wouldn't hate if he broke down these rocks, though.
Yeah, he's got to chill, though. He cannot get, like... He can't try and push in. Even with Storm, I think that's a death wish.
Oh, there's a medevac going up into the main base of ShaDoWn, though. And that one was not empty. That had a couple of Widow Mines in it. One in the main, one in the natural. Oh my gosh, he's going for it, though. That is the money Storm.
But he gets the snipe on the War Prism, so it only gets that one Storm, and that's going to be ShaDoWn getting absolutely rolled over. If souL had not sniped that medevac, or sorry, that War Prism, we're probably looking at a very successful fight for ShaDoWn, because he can drop another Storm. But instead, oh man, that was so crazy. That was a huge Storm followed by...
In the meantime, like, souL, I mean, that was the best fight souL could have hoped to take. I agree with you. I don't know why ShaDoWn was out there. He didn't need to be.
And he's going to get punished for it. He loses that Immortal. Scan comes down. He's going to see the Observer. That means these Widow Mines will not get cleaned up. Not that it even mattered. Oh, but there is going to be enough energy for Storm. But he loses one of the High Templar before it can cast. And then he double casts the Storm. He used them both on the same spot.
That's brutal. That sounds like a rapid fire misclick to me, maybe. The double Storm. They don't stack.
No,
and yeah, I think souL's just going to have too much here. He's rallying across the map. He is up 74 to 14 army supply right now. He's got 1-1 finished. souL's army is just too strong. And despite what looked like a good comeback after that initial damage, ShaDoWn not able to take that game.
Yeah. Just a really solid performance right there from souL. ShaDoWn with a neat little move, but oh god, why was he on the map? If that's him answering a push, such a good situation.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think the quick storm and a lot of charge lots is really good to say, you can't push me right now. You need to get ghosts. You need to keep teching. You need to get into a 4th base. We're macroing. Because that's what he needed to do, was stop souL moving across the map. He did that, and then he decided to push. I think at that point, you expand, you take a 4th base, you get double forge going. I don't necessarily understand the idea of being out on the map.
Yeah, it came at a big cost, and I think you mentioned it about the drop. I think it got more probes during all that. Oh god, I'm looking at this fight again on because we got the 2 minutes delay for, of course, competitive integrity. If he'd gotten one more storm there on the center of that bio, that fight's completely different.
Yeah, it's crazy how different that fight would have been.
Yeah. Oh man. But things went the way they went. Really, really nice snipe. I don't think I gave enough kudos. I don't think we gave enough kudos to souL for the snipe on that War Prism.
Yeah, that was super clutch. I didn't even notice it. You mentioned it. The prism was already gone. That is massive. And a bit of a misstep by ShaDoWn having that, I guess, far enough forward to get sniped. But souL having the presence of mind to take that down was very important. I don't think ShaDoWn would have just won that fight. But
yeah,
it would have been a lot closer. There wouldn't have been a strong counter push from souL. Yeah, but that's game 1 for you.
Yeah. And we're going to be getting into game 2 here in just a moment. It is going to be on Romanticide. Oxide was our game 1. That is a bit of a smaller map, Romanticide. Much easier to secure a 3rd base, for example.
Yes.
Not that ShaDoWn really had a problem with that. It was... Obviously, he took a lot of damage to that Hellion drop. But to be honest, you also have to think of this from souL's perspective. He can't be too happy with how that went, considering the fact that he killed 19 probes in the early game. The fact that that was even still a game at all, that might make you feel a little bit kind of like, ugh, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there certainly was comeback potential for ShaDoWn there, and well, we'll see though. I mean, souL, he did end up taking the game, so he must have done something right.
Absolutely. And why don't you introduce our first player in the bottom right?
Absolutely. Spawning down here in the lower right, it is our red Protoss player representing Litecoin Gaming, ShaDoWn. And
his opponent, taking game 1, spawning up in the top left, representing Berserkers Esports, it is souL. A little bit of Poland versus France action. Gonna be fun to see. Ooh, ShaDoWn, knowing that souL is a cheeky lad, checks his natural expansion, says, is there a Proxy Reaper here? And the answer is no, so he'll be okay with that.
I love that, because the barracks in the back of the natural, it's so annoying how easy it should be to scout, right? Like, all you have to do is, when you go out to scout with your probe, you just check your natural real quick. And a lot of players don't do that. I've seen plenty of people get absolutely bopped by that Proxy Reaper. So I'm glad to see ShaDoWn checking his corners.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, checking his corners. Just, most of the time, there's nothing there. But that one time that there is, that's when you get, ping, just a little headshot near, all of a sudden you find yourself far behind. It's not quite like an FPS where you're just dead, but it is definitely a situation where things get very uncomfortable. Marine first does pop out, and good work from ShaDoWn, pulls back immediately. And it is going to be was this Gate? Yeah, this was a Gate Nexus Cybernetics core, so a quicker Nexus than your average bear coming out of ShaDoWn.
Yeah, Nexus first, as I believe it's called in some circles. even though the gate's first. But it's a bold move. But it worked out. You know, we've seen a lot more players go for either no Reaper or, you know, we see this occasionally where it was Marine first, Reaper second.
Yes.
So that Reaper timing of needing a unit out right away isn't always there. And ShaDoWn just taking advantage of that a little bit.
And the nice thing about that too is there's little subtle adjustments you can make based on seeing that Marine first. He doesn't have to chrono his first unit. He doesn't have to, you know, build a shield battery in the main base. He's able to just fully chrono probes. That being said, it is going to be that Marine into Reaper here. And, ooh, he actually almost gets a probe, but I think he's going to get this, yeah, as it pops out. Nice work from souL. ShaDoWn was caught out of position, and now it's a full scout. Oh, and a probe pull.
Oh, those probes tried to get him.
Oh, and there's nothing of the natural. He's going to lose. He might lose 2 more probes. Nope, just one.
It's a bit of a problem. souL's not going to die for it. He wants to keep the Reaper alive instead, but 2 probe kills. That's a great start. And he scouts the Stargate. Like, this couldn't have gone any better for souL. Which is funny because we were praising ShaDoWn's early game and like, oh, he's making good choices. He knows what he needs to do. And then the Reaper just jumps in and gets 2 kills in the full scout anyways. That is a very quick third base.
That is so fast. Wow. Very, very bold. Now, the funny thing is, in theory, I like this again out of ShaDoWn. I think I understand his decision-making. The problem is, it is going to get scouted very early. Ooh, Adept. Well, no, it's going to be able to deal with this. Meanwhile, Reaper in the main base almost gets a probe, but not quite.
But the Oracle's used its energy now, right? Like, now the Oracle is way weaker. It's later going to the other side of the map. It doesn't have enough energy to really do any damage, so it's not going to get any SCV kills or get too much done, and it's not going to be able to scout this medevac unless they cross paths.
Which
was
possible.
That was close.
Okay. It was pretty close, yeah. This is a little bit funny because normally the response against a Stargate is to go very quick into a Cyclone and, you know, play Vikings, and sometimes you go even to like 2 of each or even 3 of each if you're going super crazy. And I know souL used to do that, but he still went for a Widowmine drop even against this Oracle. And I don't think ShaDoWn was expecting it. And I think that's why we saw that super fast third Nexus.
It's the counterintuitive play, right?
Yes.
You don't expect the thing that's not generally going to be good. I love that Widowmine. Oh my god, that's so cheeky. Is he paying attention to it? I don't think he's watching. Oh, last second split to not lose every single worker. 5 go down. That's pretty good for a 2 medevac drop. There was a Phoenix made, I believe. He canceled a Phoenix. Oh no.
Oh, he canceled it.
And medevac is cruising right now.
If he gets back in for more damage or even gets it back home, that would be so good. And now we're seeing that Phoenix being built after all. Oh, jeez.
I don't really know why it's not Phoenix play out of ShaDoWn.
Yeah.
He is going very quick into charge and a Robo Bay, which that's a very interesting choice. To not go for the Phoenixes, which is what I would expect here, and to instead... Oh, no.
He saw it. Oh, God, and we're going to see a similar move.
The high ground. Anakin, no.
Oh, my. This is so nice from souL.
Oh. Jeez.
And just with this, so this medevac drop, it is considered successful if it gets 2 probes and a probe pull.
Yeah.
This has gotten a total of 13 probes. Sorry, 12 probes. 12 probes? Yeah, 12 probes. And has forced a couple of probe pulls. Maybe. Oh wow, that if that had burrowed, that. Oh no, he didn't even need to lift. That's just a wasted lift. Now it's only 1 Phoenix, so it's not like he's gonna get across the map and do some harass. But damn, souL is cruising in this game.
Yeah, this is a great start for souL. I will say, ShaDoWn is still up quite a few workers. It's not like it's even workers after that. So despite that damage seeming really good, on the grand scale of things, I actually still like ShaDoWn's position. He's got Thermal Lance on the way, another Colossus. I don't really know how I feel about the Void Ray, but he's got Charge coming. He's going to have a very strong army, which a lot of times when you open Stargate, you don't have that quickly. This drop is huge, though. ShaDoWn was not ready for it. He didn't have a Phoenix in position. Widowmine's going to connect really nicely.
10 probes already going down.
Be able to push this away. 10 probes. Oh, wow.
And he gets the Phoenix. And now that worker count is even. And whenever you do damage, or whenever you take damage, oh, this Oracle is going to get some nice counter damage. I'm surprised we didn't see a turret here.
Well, one Oracle isn't the scariest thing in the world. It takes 3 ticks of damage to kill an SCV. So they kill things pretty significantly slower than we're used to seeing against drones or probes. But this drop continuing to do damage. The Widow Mines and an armory is done now. Is there an observer out? There's one around at the third base. It's floating around somewhere.
Yeah, it's coming into the main.
Should be able to get another shot off.
Oh, he's even going to cancel that warp in. Depowers the robotics facility. Did it just? Yeah, it's got extended thermal lance. But we've got the warp gate getting depowered as well. Did the Widow Mines? Okay, they did get all cleared up, it looks like.
Yeah, the observer was there in time.
This
has been really good damage for souL, though. I mean, this is a great start. His 1-1 is done. ShaDoWn just started up. More Widow Mines. Oh, man. All these little engagements are going so well for souL.
Yeah, he's not giving him any room to breathe, and that is, like, you just need a moment to, like, catch your breath right here, as ShaDoWn and souL is just not giving it to him at all. That being said, hilariously, this Void Ray is... Oh my god, the medevac, are you serious? God, survives with 4 HP.
4 hit points. The Void Ray is a choice.
It is. It almost paid for itself.
It did, that's true. But we have Vikings coming out to counter this, and that's why we see a lot of times it be Phoenix into Colossus, right? Is because the Vikings aren't as part of a counter to the Colossi as they are going to be here. Any amount of Vikings for souL is pretty much just going to be good to have.
Yeah, no, and he's going double starport Viking as well. He did forget his +2 armor, so he would have had a pretty substantial 2-2 timing lead. As it is, ShaDoWn did go double forge behind this, and he's adding on... Oh my, did he lose the Twilight Council? Or did he just never build one?
Hang on. He lost his... He did? Yeah, he lost his Twilight Council. It was next to the Robo Bay. And man. It is no longer there, so... but he got charge. Charge should be done, so...
Still needs Blink, though.
Blink would be very nice here, especially against those Vikings. Going to be incredibly important.
We are seeing disruptors coming on out. These can be the great equalizer. Oh, this is going to be tough, though. Do you think it's going to be enough?
I mean, Terrans are getting so good at splitting against disruptors. We pretty rarely see that situation where one disruptor shot wins the game these days. It's certainly still possible, but souL is up a ton of army supply. He is up a ton of workers. The bases, he's actually even ahead in bases. This 4th is not done for ShaDoWn. And the disruptor shots can buy some time, but there are EMPs. There's just so much here for souL.
Oh, that stopped a little bit short. It actually would have killed that. Nice snipe on the Oracle right there. And Viking's going to start to take a lot of damage. The lack of this Blink is a big problem.
Yeah, not able to punish those Vikings for moving in a little bit deep. The Nexus is done, so Overcharge is available, but souL is going to lift up in medevacs. How many medevacs is that? He's got 4 of them in the 4 hit point one. Oh, what a bold move. He's going to go for the big drop. Down near the 3rd, it looks like he's going to push in 2 locations and just pressure. The Observer spotting that, but ShaDoWn not reacting at all.
Oh, well, this is a reaction right here. 4 disruptors trying to come on out. Oh, nice reaction time from souL, though. He dodges one of those. Oh, the second one. Oh, he takes it out. He didn't take any damage from those shots.
That was beautiful. He EMP'd and then sniped it down. The rest of ShaDoWn's army was focused on that kind of main push at the 4th. But this is a huge amount of army that souL has here, and ShaDoWn's got to come back and deal with it. He's already lost the 3rd base.
And he's going to lift up. Oh, I like that he did not lift up into... He actually didn't lift up into the low health medevac.
That micro was beautiful. That he just avoided that. Like, how do you have the presence of mind to do that when things are that crazy and you just need to lift and get out of there?
That's really, really amazing to me. That's actually so impressive. because he had extra units that he could have lifted up into it, and he decided not to. Ooh, now he doesn't want to lose these units on the retreat, but they will get back to the safety of those Marauders and the rest of the army. They are going to need some pretty serious healthcare, but they're going to be able to get it right here.
Yeah, it's a decent amount of medevacs, but the air fleet of souL is huge. These are +1 attack Vikings, a couple of Liberators, and he's getting Liberator range. Nukes on the way, so we have a nuke. We also have a Dark Shrine, so both players going for some
late
of that
game harass.
late game tech that you'll love to see. But this is so difficult for ShaDoWn. He just doesn't have the tools to deal with this right now. And
no, he doesn't.
Massive lift up. Oh, okay, so he's predicted this. souL flies back. He says, never mind.
2-2 is about to finish up for ShaDoWn, but not yet. One Colossus does go down. Disruptor. Just a zoning shot. The problem is ShaDoWn doesn't have great vision of the whole army. He has vision of the approach. I think he needs to unsiege that Observer, get it back in. We're going to see a little bit of harass. Only 3 SCVs going down.
Yeah, not a big deal. Very well handled by souL. He's going to drop the nuke on the Nexus. ShaDoWn's just going right in for it. Oh my god. Oh, it's staying alive. The nuke's going to land. Oh,
Is he?
Well,
it actually hits. It kills a lot of probes, though.
19 probes. But that being said, souL's army gets swept, and for the first time, the army supplies are pretty much dead even. The upgrades are even too. souL never started 3-3, so he does not have an upgrade lead anymore. He had that for a long time. He's going to back up to this planetary, but he is very wounded.
Yeah, he will build 4 Liberators at a time, and he's getting a very important upgrade, +2 for his air, which makes it go from 3-shotting to 2-shotting Stalkers with Liberators. So that's going to be a huge power spike, but the lack of that 3-3 is concerning. Ooh, Disruptor. That poor Marauder. Oh, just got homed in on like a missile. Nice scan will take out the Observer.
Run away. This army is kind of weak to EMPs, though. We see a few Archons, and it's just a lot of Stalkers. There's not a lot of buff units in there.
Yeah, not a lot of staying power, I would say.
Yeah. It's just all gateway units, a few Disruptors. The planetary souL is already on the repair, and the Liberator siege up is massive.
Yeah, even gets a couple of Zealots on the way out.
Something about this Liberator count, and I don't really know what that is. Is that going to be counterattacks? Do players build Tempest anymore? I don't think so, but
not commonly. They're not all that good in the matchup. Ooh, Disruptor does clip there. I think you're looking for mobility. You're looking for... funnily enough, I think Blink DTs are actually a pretty good counter to Liberators because they can force fights in lots of different positions, force you to reposition a lot for a little bit of supply. But I'm actually so amazed that ShaDoWn is not just in this game, but in a good position.
Yeah, that fight really went his way. He pushed souL right on back. I thought that nuke was going to be big news, but killing a handful of probes is really nice, but when it's 5 base to 5 base, it's kind of not the biggest deal in the world, especially if you lose your whole army during it. Scan actually sees a bunch of DTs, so souL needs to be prepared for those DTs to be hitting and counterattacks.
This is so many Liberators.
This is insane. You can't fight this with Stalkers. It just doesn't. You don't win.
Meanwhile, he tried to blink up or drop in the main base, but it wasn't going to happen there. We are seeing these DTs trying to come in for the counterattack. They are going to... Oh, God, that poor Ghost. Oh, God. He might have had a family. We don't know. He died so quickly, we never got to ask.
Right. It's so sad. The Liberator's moving forward. souL's still pushing in. ShaDoWn just goes for the full counterattack. He's going to take down planetaries. He's going to try to blink on top of this one. There's no detection at it yet. souL being careful with the scan there. But we also could have DTs defensively. Ghost can EMP and uncloak them, of course. But the amount of scans is technically limited. And these are all the fringe bases going down for souL. Ooh, the Liberators came back, though.
Oh my, they just killed so much. I love that decision to send the Liberators back. That's so smart.
Yeah, because this bio is just demolishing bases. And souL has left himself with 3 bases, kind of. That third base is not doing so hot right now. Oh, the Liberator's a little bit late to siege. No repair on the planetary. No, souL. Oh, that's a big mistake. He absolutely would have saved that.
Meanwhile, it looks like Disruptors tried to get some shots in here. I don't think they got the connections that they needed to. souL is stimming so much, and he has so little medevac energy, but he will get that Disruptor. Meanwhile, Nuke coming down in the natural.
It is going to land. It's going to connect. Kills the pylon. Nearly kills the cannon. That is a big Artosis pylon right now. Both the Robos and a couple of gateways. This Bio Army might get cleaned up, though. He's going to have to boost and get out of here, I think. Oh, the blink on the Stalkers and the DTs. He's boosting to the corner. That's all he can do. souL is up a ton of army supply, but everything he's up in army supply is in that corner in those medevacs right now.
Yeah, he needs these to stay alive. That being said, he's in a really, really good position. He handled this base trade quite well, and against Blink DTs, it can be so difficult to deal with. Oh, man, that's how, speaking of which. Oh, we're just going to see him take the fight.
It just goes
ShaDoWn. Okay, he will blink away. Oh, but the Liberators, they only get, like, one of them on the way out. That's not so bad.
Too bad. DT's taken. Okay trade there. It's very dicey for ShaDoWn right now, though. His army is significantly weaker. It's just not as strong. He's on a lot of Blink Stalkers. There's a lot of potential with his army, but it's smaller and it's weaker.
Yeah, and the medevacs, they do escape on out. Look at the siege right there. The rapid fire siege coming in. God, he just sieged so many of those units all at once.
He is sending a weak Liberator back. Is he going to repair that? I mean, what a hero.
That would be pretty cool.
He's harassing with that. All right. I'll take it.
I'd say, yeah, still nice.
Attack down to souL's lower left base. Does he even know that's there?
He's seen it now. He's seen it now.
Now.
Liberators siege up at the natural, and we're going to see another base trade. But ShaDoWn doesn't have any bases. He doesn't even really have any probes on the map, I don't think. He's got one probe on the map. He will go after the natural expansion. He does kill that planetary, which is a big deal. 6 ghosts being built by souL. That is the key to dealing with a DT base trade, because you want to be able to EMP. Now, speaking of which, there it goes.
He whiffed his EMPs, though.
Oh, did he?
EMPs actually missed that DT. Yeah, nothing shooting it. I don't know how he missed both of those, but now these ghosts are coming out and they are just straight up dying. souL is kind of still mining, but only for a little while. He's sending the Liberators back again. Are we going to see ShaDoWn have to just recall out of here? I think so.
He's only got one Nexus, though.
Oh my god, you're right. DT's coming in. Is there a scan available? Oh, that's a huge blink. So much damage before any scan can even be thought of being dropped down. And not a lot of units from souL get out of there. This is a very Liberator-heavy army from souL right now. And I'll tell you, one thing Liberators don't do well is reposition or kill buildings.
And all but 2 units in this army are Blink capable. We've got 10 DTs with Blink, 19 Blink Stalkers. Ooh, now Ghosts are so important right here. Oh, the Cloak! The Cloak is so good right there.
Very clutch. Good trade with the Stalkers, but the rest of the Stalkers come over. They have something to say about that.
Oh man, if he loses these Ghosts, that's actually a huge loss, but they will escape. Nice siege up on the Liberators. There are 6 Ghosts, but with the Blink DTs and with only 1 orbital command, I kind of like ShaDoWn's position now.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with you. Now, ShaDoWn's mining is much worse than souL's, but souL's is also terrible. As I say that, souL isn't mining at all because he's lifting and trying to move to a new base. But this is such a bold move. He doesn't have a scan, so the EMPs cannot miss this time.
He does catch one of those DTs, does take it on out. This has gotten so crazy so quickly. SCV going to scout the rebuild on this Nexus. That's pretty important. Oh man, these EMPs.
Oh my god.
Ooh, he loses 2 right there, I think.
That was a huge EMP. I mean, any unit is important right now, but these DTs are...
the most random missile turret!
The missile turret!
That was a game-winning missile turret! How did he... What?
Oh my god. And I think that's just game. There's no way Blink Stalkers can just win this whole game now. And souL's just going to walk to the other side of the map. There's 1 powered gateway on the map. There's 1 DT. Where's the 1 DT?
Oh, it's on the other side of the map right now. It does kill the last orbital. And souL Well, he's still got 500 minutes. Oh, did he just start another command center?
He
does kill this base.
So he's this is full base trade. So this is stalemate or souL wins. That's where we're at right now. There are 10 probes left. He doesn't have enough for another Nexus. 395 minerals.
Oh, absolutely devastating. He needs to warp into DT, but he's not going to do it.
He has one. I thought I saw him warp in one. He's got 2 on the map.
Oh, so he did warp in a second one. Okay.
Yeah, it's you know what? I think it's too late now. Buildings can float, and ShaDoWn has nothing left.
Yeah. Oh, man. What a crazy game number 2. But this is just looking like souL has got it. He is going to find these SCVs, which is nice, but doesn't matter at all. He is going to get eliminated. We do have a pylon being built on the left side.
ShaDoWn is just trying to take it to a stalemate. That is his only hope here, is if he can defend a pylon and kill all the bio. Liberators can't kill his buildings, but...
Nice blinks right there. He does kill that small portion of bio. But there's so many EMPs. Oh, he just killed an observer, I think.
Yeah, he did. Beautiful
actually,
EMP there.
Let's take a look at this units lost. That is gigantic in this game. This is one of the biggest, fullest units lost tabs I've ever seen. It's just so many of so many different things. And it's so even in terms of resources. Only 1,500 in favor of souL right here.
Yeah,
but
it's very, very close. There's one more pylon, and of course, ShaDoWn's being revealed, so souL knows where it is. We have a stim. There was an EMP. Where are the DTs?
They are just right here. Oh, do you see the shimmer? It doesn't even matter, to be honest. Like, souL could literally ignore the entire army and just click the pylon.
Yeah, there's like 2 DTs doesn't kill this in time. That amount of stalkers doesn't kill this in time. If he sieges up like all over the pylon, I mean, that's just it. Is there one more pylon being made?
Wait. Oh, he just... cheeky lad, this ShaDoWn. But it's not even going to matter.
No. That's going to be
There's one more being built on the map. At this point, is it BM? Oh, hello?
You know what? Hey, souL, kill that pylon.
The DTs did get picked off.
It's a little cheeky, but it's not quite BM. This is a blind GG timing if I've ever seen one though.
Yeah, you can't do anything against this. We're going to see a blink forward. Finally, the GG gets called, and souL will take a crazy